everybody, Michelle from Paper Maps, and I am here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Here we are at Garden of the Gods. It is a cold, snowy day, and you can't see the mountains right now, but we're going to be able to see some of the rock formations. And if you hear me panting, this Texas girl is not used to the elevation, and I think I bundled up a little too warm because I'm sweating inside this coat. I'm just saying. Well, I seem to have the Garden of the Gods to myself today in this weather. So if I turn you around, behind me, back here, that's the Rocky Mountains and that's Pikes Peak, but you can't see them right now because of the weather. Here we are in Old Colorado City, here in Colorado Springs, and behind me you can see the log cabin here that was erected in 1859. There are all kinds of quaint little shops all along the street here, up and down both sides for several blocks. Quaint little shops, little restaurants and things, just kind of a fun way to maybe spend an afternoon when it might be a little too cold to just do some outdoor activities. If you're ever in Colorado Springs, you need to come to the Michael Garman Museum or Magic Town. Michael Garman is a world-renowned sculptor, and he's made a little town, and there's mirrors and there's holographs, and you can do a scavenger hunt while you're here. Ticket prices aren't that expensive. It's was $7.50 for an adult today, and it was very entertaining trying to find all the little things. Here we are at the side of a mountain. It's Bear Creek, and here's the creek. It's got some falls. It's really beautiful, kind of off the beaten path a little bit, and just out exploring today. We stumbled upon the front yard of a sculptor named Kemp, who had a troubled past and took his own life back in 1995, but his sculptures are on display in what was formerly his front yard. And looks like my sister has just walked into the front yard. We're not supposed to go in, are we?
To leave a donation, yeah. They have locks on them, so they are, if they don't want us in, they're welcome.
Okay, if you're sure.
I'm sure.
Let's not get kicked out.
Isn't that part of the adventure, getting kicked out?
Yeah, okay. They're just so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is like, oh, that one's moving. It's moving.
Oh, cool.
But now this one's moving. I want a giant moving bird sculpture for my yard.
By this house.
It's actually moving pretty fast.
So cool.
Up here, hiking in the mountains in beautiful Colorado Springs. There's lots of places where there's just like little pull-offs, little parking lots, and we found one, and I decided to climb up this hill, which is actually very, very steep. And came up here. You can see the rocks behind me in the middle of the mountains, in basically the middle of Colorado Springs. I'm not just out of shape. I mean, I am out of shape, but it's also the altitude. It's kind of making me huff and puff a little bit more. And now I gotta figure out how to get down without killing myself. Also, I'm not wearing the correct shoes to be going up and down this mountain. It may be easiest just to sit down and slide. Denise, what kind of incline do you think this is?
Like how steep?
Yeah. All right. Now I get to try to not hurt myself. Okay. My insurance card is in my purse.
Yeah, that's why I'm sitting down here. One of us needs to be able to drive the
You know what everyone else in my family would do? They just run down. And I'm like, no, I can't do that.
Well, they're younger. Mine would too. You just go with the slide.
Yeah.
Do you need help?
That's another weird thing about me. When people try to help me, I'm like, no, you're making it worse. Go away, go away. Joe's like, just hold my hand. I'm like, no, I got this.
Okay, when you're in Colorado Springs, you have to go to the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Museum. It is an awesome, great interactive experience with lots of technical things as well as memorabilia from Olympics from when it started until now. The most important thing in the Olympic Games is not to win, but to take part, just as the most important thing in life is not the triumph, but the struggle. Baron Pierre de Coubertin, 1894, founder of the modern Olympic Games.
I promise that we shall take part in the Olympic Games, respecting and abiding by the rules that govern them.
The battles that count are the ones for gold medals, the struggle within yourself, the invisible, inevitable battles inside all of us. That's where it's at. Jesse Owens, track and field Olympian, 1930. Is your favorite memory?
There are so many good memories to choose from. It's really hard to pick one. But when I was 7 years old, I got
Sam the Eagle, official mascot of 1984. 2014 parade uniform by Ralph Lauren. 2014, I didn't say that. 1970s Jack Elder's luge warm-up uniform. And bunches of Wheaties boxes with athletes.
You can either go fine brush, medium brush, or thick brush.
Right.
And just point up after the dot.
Wait, run along beside it.
Fill the rhythm, fill the rhyme. What? Something.
I don't think we're quite fast enough. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, like, subscribe, and remember to really explore, you gotta use paper maps.